Hello, hello, it is Jackie from Pocket of Preschool, and I am sharing tons of ideas for the light table for all of your end of the year and summer themes. So I want you to tell me in the comments either a light table idea that you love that you're gonna put a little twist on and do it for your summer themes, or tell me what your summer themes, like what you're ending the year with, or if you're doing summer camp or summer school, or you teach all summer, tell me what you're doing in the comments, and we can chat in there too. So as you can see, I have a fun activity out. Summer's I feel like it's summer and end of the year, it's like ocean, camping, fishing, lemonade, ice cream, travel, pirates, kind of like all the things you do in the summer, right? Like bubbles and party, like barbecues. So I had these straws. They're like the crazy straws that you get for a party that, you throw away because you can't clean these. But they're clear. So why not put them in the light table? And then I took some regular straws, and they're like the clear-ish straws, and I cut them up, and then the smoothie size straws, I had some of those. I cut them up the same colors to match for a fun lacing activity the students can do. Now they can match them, they cannot match them. What's really fun is the smoothie ones. They kind of slide up and down some of the curves, and they go over the skinnier ones, which is really fun. But this would be fun if, even for a birthday theme, for I do birthday during back to school, but that would be really fun too. But again, anything you do as a lacing activity, you can do it at the light table. So if you do if you're doing, what is it? I'm looking for a tray, hold on, to put all of this in. So if you do for the 4th of July, or if you want to do fireworks, you could do those translucent beads, and then grab some pipe cleaners. I did this in the winter, and I made snowflakes. I'm just gonna put them down here. I did them in the winter with snowflakes, and I did the sparkly pipe cleaners. So do that, and you can lace fireworks, and you can make it 4th of July themed too if you are teaching around that time. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Another fun fine motor. I have just stacks around me as per usual, right? So I know dumping, and not really dumping, but filling is great for hand-eye coordination, and it's also a great way to explore measurement. Now, I'm not gonna dump this out. If I was setting this up as an activity in my classroom, we're gonna pretend that this is all dumped out, and then I have a yellow and a green cup, and then I have a small lemonade container and a large container. Now, if you don't have any that have a lemonade label on them, it's fine. Just grab a smaller water bottle-ish type container and a larger one. I love keeping the lids on because they can screw them on and off. It's great for practicing opening containers. And then in here, I have these lemon and limes, and they're iridescent. They're not the ice cube ones. And all the things I'm using is in my Amazon storefront if you want links for anything. I have a whole list that's all light table stuff. They're just lemons and limes, and they're clear-ish. But you could use these in the sensory table too, with water. And then what this is, that tubing, can you see it? There we go. That tubing that I think people make wreaths with them. I know a lot of people use this in the sensory table too. So again, pretend this is just dumped on the sensory or on the light table, and I have a large scoop and a small scoop, so students can sort, and they can put these in. Oh, you could also grab a pair of tweezers, and you could put those out, so they could use the tweezers to put everything in the cups, and so they could sort that way. Really fun. They could also just use, put these inside. Now, my scoops won't scoop this in, or I think it would be hard to do, but they could scoop. And so once they put the lemonade, or the lemons or the limes in, then they can fill the cup with lemonade. So, and again, you can also do like if you have like tall and small cups. I only had these two that were like the same size, but you could do like, if you have like a couple cups that are like, you could do like a small, medium, and large, even if they're just clear. But yeah, and then they can put this in the big one too as well. And then they can dump it out. So it'd be just a really fun kind of like measurement slash fine motor slash sorting activity. So we're working on lots and fine motor. I said that. So lots of skills all at once. Scooping, we're having to use our wrist, hand-eye coordination, all the things. Both sides of the body are having to work together. So really, really fun. You could also, if you wanted, we're doing an ocean theme, you could cut up some of this that was blue and put some little animals out, and maybe just kind of like a bucket or like a bowl, like a small bowl and a large bowl, or like a fish tank bowls if you have those, and they could make like ocean habitats with these just by filling them up. So you could do that too. And again, take whatever ideas I have and tweak them and make them work for your classroom, your kiddos, and the themes that you're doing. But also don't forget to tag me on Instagram or in the Facebook group, because I love seeing all the really awesome things that you guys do. So we're gonna scooch over. We did like some 2 fine motor. Now we're gonna do some literacy. So, hold on. I have, again, stuff everywhere, guys. Okay, we're just gonna set those back there for a minute. Oh, sorry, one more fine motor. I was kidding. So this activity is in my summer centers unit. I know sometimes like we're like running out, like it's at the end of the year, or just like I feel like end of the year in summer is a little different, it's a little crazier, a little busier. There's so many things going on. So if your students love cutting collages, put one at the light table. So this is just like a little book holder, and then I have this cutting, or a little pineapple, and then I have yellow, and it's just tissue paper. So it's just yellow pieces of tissue paper, and I have green. I just have them cut up in strips. I have one made, so you don't have to watch me make a pineapple. Oh, and then don't forget regular scissors and bounce back scissors, so the scissors that open back up. And then there's glue sticks in here, so what they're gonna do is they will cut the tissue paper, and then they will glue it on their pineapple. So if your students love cutting collages, or maybe you haven't done a cutting collage at the light table yet, try one with like a summer, or again, this is a pineapple, but you can do a cutting collage with any printable you have at the light table. Just use tissue paper, and again, this is just like a clear tray I got from Amazon. Yeah, so again, we're not like reinventing the wheel all the time, right? Because you know what your students like. So take what you were going to do and put it at the light table and just tweak the supplies. So instead of using regular paper, I just have tissue paper. Oh, and then I usually have my students cut out the pineapple, and then if you're using the tissue paper and put them in the windows, they shine through, and it's gorgeous. I have a name activity. So I know a lot of us do ice cream. I usually do a whole ice cream theme, but you can also do ice cream at the end of the year. So I take tissue paper, laminate it, literally take a piece of tissue paper, put it in a lamination pouch, run it through your laminator, and then cut it out so it's an ice cream shape. Okay, and then I just took a permanent marker and I wrote names on them. So we have vanilla and chocolate and sherbet, like orange sherbet and a strawberry. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna spread them out all over the light table. And I don't have a lot of light table letters, so I make my own a lot with, hold on, let me move this one. With water bottle lids. So it's a water bottle lid, obviously wash them, and then you just write a letter on the top. If you're using your water bottle lids a lot and you're using them for name activities, literally take all the kids in your class, write their name on the water bottle lids, and then you can have everybody's letters like over and over and over. But what I love about these water bottle lids, They're great because like, I can make as many as I need. If we lose a letter or if we need like 7 L's or something one year, I can just grab a water bottle lid and write the letter on them. And you can do uppercase. I have a mixture of upper and lowercase. So basically like I would just have them spread out. And then like they would just make their name A-U-S-T-I-N. So there is Austin. And it's really fun. And again, start collecting those water bottle lids. You can also like ask your parents to collect them. It's also a really easy way if you ask families. I need to make a note and send it out to you guys. But like I literally at the beginning of each year, I will make a note like sometime, not during back to school, but maybe like a month in and say, hey, if you want to help us collect lids, we use lids for Manipulatives. And it's an easy way for them to kind of contribute and participate in the classroom. And it doesn't cost anything because they can literally do water bottle lids. You're going to get all kinds of colorful lids or like, like the tops of like the pouches. Those are great because you can use them for so many things. So also, if you don't want to put names on them, that's totally fine. Maybe you want to put out, these are just those magnetic chips, although that's not red. Oh, let's see. I have these. So what you could do is put out the little, again, use what you have. So you could put out all of these because they're kind of like little ice cubes because I have pink. Where's the orange? Okay, I can't find, maybe this one doesn't have orange. Anyways, find a manipulative you have, just like I'm doing, like grab one and, hold on, I'm dumping things over here. Or you can even do like pom-poms. That works too. If you don't have a light table manipulative, when all else fails, use pom-poms. And so fill up your table, and you can make them bigger too if you wanted. And what they're gonna do is they are just going to sort. You can make one of all the colors too of the ice cream because these are kind of like little ice cream scoops. And you could put out some tweezers and they could sort them. And again, you could do all the colors, some of the colors, whatever you wanna do. Totally up to you. So if you're doing ice cream and you need to work on names, do names. If you need to work on sorting, do sorting. But don't forget, if you're doing anything with pom-poms, put out some tweezers. You could also put numbers on them, and they have to put that many scoops on them. Endless things you could do with those. Okay. Right. Oh, I have another idea you can do with them. So these are writing trays for my light table. They're just trays from the dollar store. I have some sand in them. You can also take salt, like the table salt that you get like in the cylinder container, put a little bit of liquid watercolor in there, shake, 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 and set it out to dry. Take these and put them in the middle, and they can pick a name. And then let me show you, hold on. How pretty, okay, I'm gonna write it like right side up. Hold on, let me get some sand in the middle here. Do you ever does that happen to you where you shake it and then it all goes to one side? So R-O-S-E. But like, look how, oh, I've turned it and you couldn't see it. Oh, rose. How, I mean, like the light sand trays at the light table are just gorgeous. And honestly, you could do this like day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You could have the letter caps out and they could match the letters. And then, and then the next, day or the next week, you could put out the writing trays or sand trays, whatever you want to call them, with the same names. Again, we want to use what we already have. We don't want to like waste our time making all new things for everything. And then you can use the sand trays. And typically you can fit 4 at my light table, but figure out how many you can fit. And I actually had these from something else I was doing. And my light table sand trays, I literally have like maybe one of each color, probably not all the colors, but the ones that I've made, I just keep them in a stack like this. And I like put them in my light table storage. So that way if I need pink and I need yellow, I can just kind of grab and go. So now if you don't like sand trays, or maybe that's too messy for you, okay, make some sensory bags. This is just hair gel, a little bit of either, you could do food coloring or liquid watercolor. And in my summer light table, or in my summer centers unit, I have these bubble letters. And if you, I think on my blog I actually have this activity, and I've just done it at a table. But it's, I mean, who doesn't love a sensory bag? But how much fun is that? I typically grab pom-poms because one, they're working on that pincer grasp when they grab it, and two, it helps it slide, because if their nails are a little bit long, because kids' nails grow so fast, it's hard to keep up with them, right? So they just use a pom-pom, and then your bags won't break. I know I've seen too where they take the lamination pocket and you can like close the corners with a hair straightener. I haven't tried it yet. This is just my go-to. I just do close it, and then I do duct tape. So you can try that. So we have bubble letters. Oh, and then there's my blue one. So if you don't want to do the bags, you can do sand trays with the bubble letters. Oh, I put those over here. Wrong place. Okay. So also in that summer packet, I have this letter dotted, because again, we're not like making all new stuff for the light table. We're using things that we probably already have and we know students love, or the students need to work on. So I know most kids love sports. So in the summer centers unit, there is a soccer, and it's a letter dotted. There's soccer and baseball, because those are the big sports that kids do in the summer. And it comes with uppercase and lowercase, so I would put 4 of them out. And then I have, these are also, let me put them over here so you can see them. So like we'll pretend it's like this, like facing the kids. So you would have them all around. And these are, again, more water bottles, but I wanted these to be a little bit more colorful, so I just put a dot sticker on the top. And I would have these all out. Now, again, I'm not going to put them all out because it takes me forever to clean them up. So, and you guys don't want to watch that. So, like, all they would do is they would take, and I have uppercase and lowercase. So they would take T, and they would match it. Z, and match it. Now, you can have uppercase with uppercase, lowercase with lowercase, or you can put all of them out. And students will naturally pick the level that works for them. So if they're confident with their lowercase letters, they'll naturally pick that one. If they're like, that's too hard, they'll quietly walk over and they'll grab the uppercase letters. Because kids are just like us. They're not gonna, if there's 2 options, you're gonna pick the one that you're confident in doing alone. You don't wanna pick most of the time, right? You don't want to pick something that's going to be hard. You're going to pick something that you know you are capable of doing. And kids are just like that. So, letter dot it. And if you have a different letter dot it, you put that out the light table. And I just printed that on regular paper. Okay. Right. So, I always have some fun new manipulative ideas for each season. And I have 2 for summer. So this is one I've had forever. Even when I didn't have a light table, because okay, that one's a little crazy. They are these fish. I got them on Amazon bazillions of years ago. I have the link in my Amazon storefront if you want them. I just love them you can use them for ocean, pets, like fishing, so camping, forest, like pond. You can use these fish for like so many themes. So this is like a manipulative that I bought like forever ago and I use over and over and over again. So this is one, and then the other one, and all these bowls, Dollar Tree. They are seashells. So we have fish, and then we have these gorgeous seashells. there's another, it's like a twisty shell. I think that's all of them. So there's what? 5 different shell shapes? No, 4, because I can't count. Is that one out? Oh, yeah, that one's already out. Okay, so these are all the different ones it comes with, but they're gorgeous for the light table for obviously like ocean, beach, shells, pirates, any of that. So, and this is if you want to buy these. If you don't want to, I know a lot of people have these because I've seen these little fish in like Facebook groups for bazillions of years. And also, that's where I think Lachey, my friend Lachey has a home preschool. She's amazing. So hi, if you're watching. She has a Facebook group for preschool teachers. And she helps me admin mine sometimes, my Facebook group. But she's just a doll. And I think I got that idea from her. So what are some of the things we can do with these? So you can do sorting. So if you have these little fish and you can get the bowls to match and they can just sort them. So blue and blue, green and green, orange and orange, purple and purple. You can also put a dice out with it. It can roll 1, 1, roll 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I have 2. They can dump it in. So you can do that. Now, what happens if you, like for these seashells, I don't think all the color bowls that these shells are. So what I like to do, and I know some of you guys know my secret, it's really not a secret. I take plastic cups and I put tape around them. And then those are my like sorting cups. Because I don't have cups that are like brown, like for fall and things. So I just have a cup, one of every color. And so what they can do, obviously it's really beautiful to have them like all dumped out. And they can just, again, just sort them, or you can add a dice. Whoops, this is just a dice with numbers. Or you can add like a foam dice with dots. You can put both of them out and they can pick. So if they got 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I like having students put how many they're counting in their hand. That way they can stop and check, because one of the skills students have to learn is to stop at the number they need, right? Otherwise they keep going 1, 2, and they'll go like 7, 8, and they'll just keep going. And then they can sort them. So you can have them sort in the cups. Really fun. Because now, what else can we do with these? I know you're curious, so I have another idea. So we have all of our shells. Well, let's make a graph. So, but how do you make a graph for the light table? This is, again, laminated tissue paper. This is actually a scraps. I keep all of my scraps in like a bag. And then you could spread it out. But you see how it's lining up? So what they're gonna do, I'll just do it really fast. I think that one's pink. They are just going to graph, and they're also sorting, right, by color. So I have all of these over here. I'm just gonna really quick grab a couple. But do you see how it is a graph when you just have these down here? And again, these are just scraps that I have left over. I literally keep them all in a bag, like over there, like in a baggie. It's like a bag of laminated tissue scraps, the things teachers have in their cabinets, right? So you could do that. And then you could also do that with the fish. Let me grab, I have a whole bunch. I keep all my scraps. So you could do, I got green, blue, I have a green, purple, pink. Since we're not doing those, oh, I need orange. And then see how these are really big? Now you're like, this is too big for my light table. You can just cut them. Take these. Cut them. Obviously pick up your trash now. and then you can have them in a bowl. And then I'm just gonna do it really fast. So and they can put them end to end. They can put them sideways. Yeah, I'll do a whole bunch of green. There we go. So you can see which one has more, which one has less. You can also tape this down, like the little pieces of tissue paper, for to set up that activity. And I usually have the bowl in the corner or like in the middle, so it's kind of out of their way. But yeah, and maybe I'll have like one down here so they'll know kind of how to start the activity. But it's just a really fun way to sort and to start making graphs. And again, it's just laminated tissue paper. That's all it is. Super simple. Okay, so move that over for a minute. Hold on. Woo! I moved you guys. Okay, sorry. Okay, so one more thing with these fish. Like I said, you can use it for like a camping theme too. I don't have the book over here, but you know that book Fish Eyes, or there's a lot of like counting books with fish. So I have these gems and they have numbers on them. Here they are. I couldn't find them. These are my clear ones, but since it's fish, these are letters. Sorry. Here's my numbers. Okay, so I have the little gems, and I just wrote, there's number 2. I wrote with a Sharpie. That's the letter. So what they can do is you can have these all spread out. You can also have a container of, these are just those little gems from the Dollar Tree. So they can get a number. So this one's 3, and then they would put 1, 2, 3. Or they can like put it in the middle, and that could be like 3. Because fish swim in schools, right? So you're making schools of fish. And I just love the book Fish Eyes. It's such a fun book. I love that book. And then like they're just gonna make all the different schools of fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, how fun is that? Or they can also, like, you count out these, whatever you want to do. Or you can have these like in the corner, so that way they're kind of out of the way. And then they can make their schools of fish. Whoops, the straws are jumping out at us. They can make their schools of fish right there. So you can make it into a counting game. All right, you ready for another idea? Okay, you know I love the name strips. So take a piece of a lamination pouch, open it up, write the name inside, close it, run it through the laminator, and now you have DIY'd yourself a set of class names. Take these, put them in the corner so the extra ones are over there. I'll just show you like one, or you can have them all out, but they can use the fish and the bubbles if they want, or like the water, to make names. Like, I mean, how cute. So fun. You can do this for camping. Again, you can do it for fish, for pets, ocean, whatever you want to do. Oh, and don't forget to put out a dry erase marker too so they can trace the names, because, there we go. Because if you write on the inside of the lamination pouch, they can trace it. And when they erase, obviously you wouldn't want an eraser out. It won't erase. So you can have the fish out and the little bubbles, and you can have like all some dry erase markers out, and then you can have the names all over, and they can build names. Now, if you teach kinder, you can do this with what? With sight words, right? You could totally do this with sight words. You could also do this if you have made some of yourself DIY letter cards. Or if you have made the letter plates, these are just those clear plates from the dollar store. And then they can make the letters with fish. You could also do this with like the number plates. So if these were numbers, which, where are we? And again, what numbers are you working on? Do you teach threes? Are you working on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You could just put those numbers out. If you are pre-K, maybe you're working on some of the bigger numbers, or if maybe you're kinder, you're working on those teen numbers, but put these out and then they can do 1, 2 fish. And they would put out 4. So we are just counting. And again, we're using things that we already have in our closet, right? Like you see me use a lot of the same things over and over and over. I just switch out the manipulatives. Whether it be, you could also use these, the number plates with your ocean counters, any counters. Okay, so we have our number plates. Put these up here, save these for a minute. Okay. Because I gotta make room for something else. And then put all of our ocean away. All right, so you ready for measurement? So I love, I have like a basket of crepe paper or streamers, whatever you call it, in my closet. But look how pretty it is at the light table. Now, I thought I grabbed it, but I didn't. I had like, when I'm setting this up, I would do a light and a dark piece of crepe paper because, do you know what we're going to pretend it is? Ocean waves. Here. So I have these, they're like from the Dollar Tree, probably. But they're just those little like bath squeezies that are in water. And they're see-through-ish. Not completely see-through, but enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out the little stones, like little bubbles, because, you know, the ocean animals kind of make bubbles, right, when they breathe the water out. So that way they can, we're going to do the little one. That way they can measure. Maybe if you do this, you should cut it straighter than I did. I was just doing it fast. And also, do you see how quick that was to set up too? Super fast. And I have my cubes, and I am totally gonna cheat and do ones that I already have counted. But they would obviously be putting them together, and they'll be like, oh, that one is too short. I need it to be longer. It's just still too short. And they'll be using all kinds of great math vocabulary. This one's too big. This one's too small. This one is bigger, this one is longer, this one is shorter. And I like the crepe paper too, because they can put it on the top, which is great. Because they can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wave is 5 cubes big, or it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 bubbles big. So super fun, little non-standard measurement for you. So we're gonna keep some of this out. And then I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay. And then where are they? So my tray is dumping. Okay, I got it. So I laminated some tissue paper, and what did I make? Shapes. A bunch of shapes. So we have triangles and squares and rectangles, ovals. And if you watched last week's video, it was on camping, and I did the same activity, but instead of using the ocean animals, I put out ducks and fish, because these work for a pond too. And then I have some of these shape buttons. And then they can match the shapes that are, or match the ocean shapes. These are just those clear button letters. Or they can make the shape with gems. They could also make it with like the ocean animals going around. And then they would make the whole shape with the little gems. You could also put out some green ones if you want. But again, we're just making shapes. And again, it's stuff that's super easy that you probably have. And if you don't have the clear buttons, it's okay. Put out regular buttons. The tissue paper is clear, so it's fine. So maybe you're like, I'm not doing ocean. It's okay. You know what you can do instead? Look what I have. Worms! Oh my gosh. So we still have the buttons. So I'd probably just put out the green ones. But, oh no, sorry. Take it back. So what you're going to do is you're going to, instead of making your shapes blue, you would want to make them green, right? Because snakes are in the grass. So pretend these are green. And look. Look. These are little worms. I think I bought these I've probably had these for you guys for 10 years. They're like little wiggly worms. So you get them in the fishing department at Walmart. Some of them have hooks. So if they have hooks, like this one probably had a hook on the end, so I just cut it off. But they stick. But they're not sticky. They're rubbery, but they can make the shapes with the worms. And again, pretend these are blue. Or they're green, sorry. Pretend the shapes are green. And because we would want them in the grass, and they can just make all the shapes. And then they can also match them. And you could, if you have the green dots out, they can make them with that too. But I guarantee you, they're going to want to make them with these wiggly, wiggly worms. So fun. On to the next. Whoops. Put those over here. All right. Okay, so I have another shape idea for you. And if you're thinking my kids know shapes already. So I know we teach shapes, and once they know the names, that's awesome. But do they know the characteristics of shapes? Do they talk about the sides and the vertices, all of that? So you can talk a lot about that. Even if they know all of their shapes, you can have them start counting how many sides do they have. They have 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 vertices. Or you can start, putting out trickier shapes like octagons and pentagons and all of that. And then what we're gonna do. Good thing I don't need that anymore. So I have these yellow pebbles, and I have pink pebbles. And then I'm sure you guys have some of these because they've always, I feel been at the Target dollar spot for ever. Who has flamingo and pineapple stir sticks? They're so fun, and I felt I never kind of had an activity to use them with. And I had the toothpick ones. So I have long ones and short ones. Now maybe you have the palm tree ones. That would work too. But what they're going to do is they can make, here we'll do all this one. This one all pink. We'll make a shape with the stir sticks. Hold on, let me scooch this over for a minute. So for a rectangle, and if you don't have the short ones, that's okay. They can use a combination of the beads with them. And this is just a little pineapple bowl. I don't know where I got it. Got it somewhere though. And they can make the shapes. And they don't have to make them exactly too. They can make them to the side of the shape if they wanted. Like if, you know how it bothers some kids if it's not perfect, they can make it to the side and they're just gonna be building and manipulating shapes. Now, they may say, oh my gosh, I can't make a circle with the stir sticks. So that's why you wanna have some gems or pom-poms. You wanna have something out that they can manipulate and make the curvy shapes with. And again, if you don't have gems that are this color, use pom-poms. Pom-poms, gems, it works all great together. And again, these are just those stir sticks. And I have had these for like ever in my closet, and I bought them and I'm like, I don't know what to do with these. And I'm like, oh, the light table, duh. Now, maybe you have different stir sticks for a different theme. You can use them any time during the year. You can also put out like shape buttons with it. But I feel like if they're making shapes, you would want to match them probably on a different day because that may be like overwhelming or like too much for your kiddos. But you know your kids, if they can do that, then absolutely go for it. Okay. I'm running out of space. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I know a lot of us do pirates or ocean or something like that. Or ocean. I know a lot of us do ocean. But if you want to do pirates or your students are really loving pirates, or maybe you do Pirate Day. Well, also, I am not like the best, like, I guess drawer is the word? Yeah, artist. But they don't care. So I made these very awesome, like, okay, I'm going to set it up this way so you can see it that way. So I would just put some gold coins in the middle, and these are not clear. They're just normal. And then I would put 2 on one side, and then 2 on the other side that you can't see where they are. And then I have these. They're like those jewels. All of these. You can put some of those down. And then you can put a dice at each spot. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna roll a dice. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're gonna put their treasure in their treasure chest. And maybe they rolled 2, 1, 2, 2. Oh, and these, oh, I forgot. These you can put on out with any of the fish activities. So this is a piece of laminated tissue paper, and I just cut it like silly, like wavy. And then I just put it out because then it looks kind of like the ocean, and the pirate has to get it out of the ocean. So, and again, put out your tweezers. Here's stuff. There's like straws flying out over here. Hot Mess Express. Love it. Just like teaching, but on video. Okay, so there you go. So put a dice and tweezers and treasure. And again, use whatever you have. If you don't have these, put out some pom-poms, or maybe you have something that you use for treasure, whatever works. But just a roll and count game. Also, if that is too easy for your kiddos, do 2 dice, and they can add. If your kiddos, if the 1 to 6 dice is too hard, this is my math center. I have a bucket of dice over here. So if this is too hard, like I know my 3-year-old teachers, this is too hard, like this 6 dice, no worries. I have dice in my classroom that just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can put that dice out. So that way it won't be higher than 3. Because we got to make sure that we're not putting out something that's too hard or too easy. We want to make sure we're putting activities that are out in that sweet spot. Now, if you have kids at both levels, put them in the middle, and your students, again, will naturally pick the ones that are at the appropriate level for them. Okay. This, like, chaos of a mess behind me is out of hand. Okay. I have 4 more activities I want to show you. So we all know you can put pattern blocks at the light table, right? So you have summer, or these are from my summer fine motor math mats, or I don't see them. Aha, I found them. Or these are free on my website, so you can do the summer ones, and they have just all different, oh my gosh, I'm throwing things. Different summer ones. Oh, and then obviously you're gonna need pattern blocks. I love to use this tray because it kind of is sorted, and you can put the diamonds wherever you want. I have like the triangles, the orange and the red in that one. So that way you can put out, oh, these aren't laminated. It's fine. So you can, I got these because I wanted to show you this is what the like paper looks like. If you don't want them laminated, it's totally fine. They're curling on me. But put out, these are the zoo pattern block mats. Okay, put the extras up here. Let's not have everything fall off again on me. I usually keep some out on the table so they kind of like ignore the straws that are rolling over on me. And they can build the zoo animals with pattern blocks. Pattern blocks are great because students have to use the shapes and they have to turn them. It's great for spatial reasoning. It's great for building, exploring shapes. I know it's a Common Core standard for kindergarten to use shapes to make other shapes and other things. But the zoo pattern block mats, I also have a transportation set of pattern block mats that are a freebie in my TBT store and my Pocket or Preschool store on my site, so you can grab those. And then what this is for over here, you can't see it. So what they do is after they're done, they can sort it and see like which shape they used the most of. And they can stack it over there. Can you see it? Oh, there we go. So they can stack it right there and they can see which one they used the most of. And then they'll be able to tell by which one is the tallest. So again, use the summer pattern block mats, use the zoo, transportation, whatever you want. I always feel like if you don't know what to put at the light table, a like roll and fill, some kind of fine motor or pattern block mats are typically my go-to because kids love pattern block mats so much. They love them. Okay. So this is for an ice cream theme, and I wanted to show you guys this one because, again, I don't have the colors for this one. So it's just another way that you can use what you already have to make an activity. So we have ice cream, and you can tell some of these are just balled up pieces of tissue paper. I have some that are big. I have some that are small. And then I also, again, I'm super fancy here. Like I made this, like I drew it and I wrote on it. And it's just folded in like a little like table tent, I guess. So sort by color. You can even put out the color words if you want. I lost the pink color word. I don't know where it is, but you can put all of them out and then put out a spoon. If you don't have spoons, just put out a clear one. But these are just regular and I didn't want to color them, so I just tied a ribbon at the bottom. Because again, we're going to use what we got. We're not going to always have to go to the store all the time and buy all the things. Like if you don't have enough, if you don't have any big pom-poms, just make some. Like it's fine. And then look what they can do. They can scoop them up. You don't have to have ice cream scoops. But do you see the hand, like this takes hand-eye coordination. Both sides of the body have to work together. They have to problem solve. How can they get it to scoop in? It's really fun, and they'll be giggling and laughing, and they'll probably notice that the pom-poms, are they easier or harder to put in the sundae? So if you're doing ice cream, that one's really fun too. And again, we're just gonna use what we have. Give me 1 minute. clean all of these great pom-poms up. Now, also, a lot of these activities you can do also not at the light table. Like you could do this activity totally you can put this in like a tub, and this could be a sorting activity. So if you like prep it, what I'm saying is like, let's say you prep this and you do it this year at the light table, but you're like, I don't have room for it. And when you do it next year or something, because you want something different at the light table, take this activity and put it in like a tub or a tray. And then now it's just an activity that you can use in your classroom. So again, we're using the things we're prepping because we're saving time. We're not working doubly hard anymore. We're going to use all the things that we have and not work smarter, not harder, right? Okay. So pretend I'm a wall. On this wall, you are going to put pictures of the rainforest. Now in my STEM I Can Build pack, I have some, if you have that for the block center, totally use those. I couldn't get my printer to work for me today because, that's, you know how it is. Sometimes that's just how your day goes, right? So put some STEM challenges at the light table. Now, you want to put photographs behind it because a lot of your students, or maybe all or most, have never been to the rainforest. So they probably don't know what it looks like, and they're little. So the last time they talked about the rainforest, they may not be able to like visually remember what that looks like. So you want to put up some real photos. This is probably a Google image that I laminated. So just put some back here on the wall or up in like a little stand or something. And again, if you have my STEM I Can Build, if you have the Habitat pack, there's a rainforest photo in there. And then we're just gonna add stuff that you probably, again, have in your costume. These are just different leaves, and then in my tray, I have wood rings, I have some rocks, and I have some sticks. And then you would probably want these like out on the table to make it look more inviting, but I just have some rainforest animals. That's done. So we have some rainforest animals out, and then they can build their rainforest. Oh, don't forget you want out some blue because they may want to build a river or like the waterfall, so that way they can build their little habitat for their animal. Now, if you're doing zoo, you could also do desert and just put out things that like props for that they can build a desert with. And I know a lot of us do the polar animals or a polar habitat for like the winter, but don't forget about doing the other habitats too. You can do a pond, a rainforest, a savanna, just a regular like forest, any of them. So, all right, the last activity. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Okay. So, let's say this is my marble work set. So this is your reminder that as you're thinking about getting supplies for next year for your classroom, if you're like getting like some new STEM things for your classroom, get them. Pick the ones that are transparent so you can use them at the light table and in the block center. So we don't need like two sets of them. Here's one that's already up. We're just gonna use this one to save time. So, ta-da! So, and I usually keep a thing of marbles. Now, when I had 3-year-olds in my classroom, which was all the time, I think there was one year I literally had the marbles out, but marbles are super chokeable. Like very, very, very chokeable. So if I have marble works out in my classroom, the kiddo who's playing marble works comes to me and gets one marble, I keep them up in my cabinet. And when they're done playing with it, I make sure to get it back from them because, again, marbles are super chokeable. But what are we doing in the summer that you could relate marble works to? So it's kind of, making them pull that background knowledge. We're increasing their vocabulary, increasing background knowledge, challenging them to build something instead of just building with no purpose. Maybe they could build a water slide. And again, pretend I'm the wall. Put some back here. Or maybe like a roller coaster. They could build either one. Okay, so now they have like a purpose to build this with the marble works. Now maybe, and also one thing I always do at the end of the year is I get out the things that students love to play with. If they loved doing like the cups at the light table, I would get that out, but I would try and find a new STEM challenge, or I would add something to it. So that way it's not same old thing they're doing, and we're not having them do something new. So, yeah, so if they love marble works, put marble works out, and maybe, you know, challenge them, say, can you make it into a roller coaster, or can you make it into a water slide? Maybe, I don't know, what are some other STEM things we have at the light table? Like if you use the magnet blocks, like, have them underneath. If you have these out, maybe try and put a STEM challenge with it, and maybe put out a counter, or put out some animals and say, can you build a rainforest, or whatever you want it to be. Can they build a clubhouse, or, you know, again, whatever it is that relates to your theme, but we want to challenge them to build something new, so that way they're not just doing the same thing over and over. That doesn't require any new thinking. So I think that is it. Let me look one more time. That's all of them. So I have all of these ideas in a blog post for you. So where the links are, you can find that blog post. There's also a link to all the summer printables in my TBT store. Like this is in my summer STEM I Can Build pack. There's a ton of great summer stuff in that one. There's also my summer fine motor mats. You can grab the free zoo mats. Grab whatever you need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget, there are a ton. I think we have fall, winter, spring, summer. And then we just added a STEM light table blog post, and we also added a math blog post, a math light table blog post, and we're working on getting the literacy blog post up too. So that way, if you just want to see math activities, here you go. If you just want to see literacy, here you go. Maybe you want to see just fall, or just holiday, or just summer. All of them are on the blog. So they're almost all up. So I know you guys are loving them, and don't forget to share all of this, all the things you're doing in the group, so we can learn from each other, because you guys are so creative. All right, well, you guys have a great day or evening, depending on when you're watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and we will get back to you. And you have an awesome day, night, school year. Bye.